What we're going to be able to do with this is do something in a time scale which would have been impossible with traditional construction. And because things take so long, frankly, in terms of the political cycle, in a place like Gibraltar, with all the delays, with all the plannings, with supply lines, you can spend all your time preparing to do something, and then somebody else comes in and finishes it. So I think getting this thing done quickly is the most important thing, because I think we have to be able to do it, and we're doing it in a way which is innovative. So it's not just innovative in terms of the construction process. It's innovative in the sense that what we're doing is encouraging people to invest, outsiders to invest in something that will meet our social needs, and helping me in the almost impossible task of getting us back into the black out of the red. So it meets a lot of boxes that needed ticking, and the ship properly is called Great Faith, and I have great faith that it will deliver what I intended.
So, Joe, let me just ask you, you mentioned innovation. It requires a particular kind of skill set, doesn't it, to put these modular constructions together. How are we going to achieve that?
Well, look, originally we thought we might have to bring people from China, but in fact we discovered that the partner in Manchester has very skilled UK workers that can come here, which is better because it's easier to communicate and to transfer those skills. The ship has been loaded so that the things that go last are the things that come out first, in reverse order. The ground in Rook is marked with where each one of these things has got to be put. You can't put it in a different place, right? And then the sequence into which you slot them into the concrete structure. So it's all a very mechanized thing to a very high precision, and we would not be able to do it without the help of the people from UK.
So, Joe, you mentioned that this is perhaps the way post-Brexit for Gibraltar. It ticks lots of boxes. How are you going to get perhaps Gibraltarians involved in this sort of process, so that when we do have these modular systems arriving in future, we can create our own workforce over here, not necessarily have to rely on experts from abroad?
The skills with automation is frequently less than the skills before automation, but it's something that you can do quickly. That is to say, provided the person is interested in learning, then you learn the skill because it's a repetitive skill. It's not that there are 280 different ways of doing this. The way that you slot this thing in is the same way so if you do it well with one, you do it well with the other 279. So that is a kind of skill that these people have got, and you get to a stage when you're so good at it, you can do it blindfold.
So, Joe, you mentioned that there are numbers in Rook where each container will go. We know that it's going to take a week or so to transport all these containers over to Rook.
A maximum of a week.
A maximum of a week. Can you just give us a brief overview of the next stage?
Yeah.
What happens next, and also what's in one of these containers? Just give us an example.
It's one of the bed sitters. There's a totally complete finished bed sitter with everything in it that it needs except the beds. The advantage in terms of time and delivery is that you can be doing these things simultaneously. So while there are people here building the foundations, there are people there that may be making the kitchens.